Riley Gaines is a champion for protecting women's sports, but the most decorated female athlete in Olympic history is now attacking her for it. It began when Gaines posted about a boy leading a Minnesota girls softball team to a state championship. Gaines wondering why comments were turned off to the post. Enter Simone Biles posting, "You're truly sick, all of this campaigning because you lost a race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports. Maybe a transgender category in all sports. But instead you bully them. One thing's for sure is no one in sports is safe with you around." Biles later adding, "Bully someone your own size," which would ironically be a male. Gaines fired back, posting, "This is so disappointing. My take is the least controversial take on the planet. Simone Biles being a male apologist at the expense of young girls' dreams. Didn't have that on my bingo card. Maybe she could compete in the pommel horse and rings in 2028. Gaines adding, "And the subtle hint at body shaming, please, I'm 5'5". Riley's really right that this is an 80-20 issue. Hardly any Americans really support men and women's sports, this idea that Simone Biles seems to be advocating for. What do you think, Gianna?
Yeah, I mean, if we're saying Riley Gaines is like mannish and huge, then like next to her aren't I like Lizzo or something? Don't like seeing these two girls body shaming each other. But yeah, Simone Biles
It wasn't even each other. Riley Gaines didn't even body shame.
I'm not blaming Riley here. Simone Biles struck first, which is incredibly disappointing for how much of an advocate she has been for women's safety in gymnastics, right? She really led, so she wasn't the first person to come out as a survivor of Dr. Larry Nassar, the convicted pedophile, but she was the most famous and one of the loudest to help change structurally in sports. And so it's incredibly disappointing for her to see writing off the issue of the fact that lots of young girls, especially school-age girls, they do not want to be in a locker room with biological males, and they do not want to have scholarship opportunities taken away from them. It's just disappointing. I want to say I'm a fan of Simone, but you disappoint me.
Absolutely. You think about her success likely would, and for sure we know it would not have been possible if there was a male competing against her. Gaines also dug up an old post by Biles from 2017 in which the gymnast wrote, "Ah, good thing guys don't compete against girls, or he'd take all the gold medals." Gaines quipped, "Oop, don't you hate it when you completely undermine your current nonsensical argument? How has 2025 Simone reconciled with the fact 2017 Simone was a truly sick bully by her own standard?" This is a huge flip-flop from Simone Biles, I guess, when it became more politically correct to accept men playing in women's sports. Didn't used to be a big thing back when she made that tweet. Now it's making her more popular. What do you think, Foldy?
Geez, I mean, Riley Gaines is 5'5". I'm almost a foot taller than her. I'm a Jewish 7 foot, so I guess I'm actually well over a foot taller than her. And I tower over Simone Biles even more. I mean, Riley Gaines, I think, is completely correct. Yeah, my hair today, I'm like 9 feet tall. And, I think this is bigger than just this specific interaction here. This affects the Olympic sports. The Democratic Party has no idea how to handle this. The Democrats running for office and in office still have no idea how to define what a woman is. The Biden cabinet was filled with people who would not, under oath, be able to define what a woman is. The Supreme Court has a justice who's not a biologist and can't tell us what a woman is. And I don't think this is an 80-20 issue. I think this is a 99-1 issue, and they got to figure out on the left, how they embrace common sense. I don't know.
Do they still cling to this, Jason? Do they let go of this? Because it's only been like 5 years of this insanity.
Yeah, no, I think, as I've said on this show, I think the right is the one that's obsessed with this issue. There are like 5 trans kids playing in these sports. And by the way, girls play Little League. So a boy playing softball, I don't think is a big deal. So picking on a small child, I think, is what drew Simone, out and made her comment on this. And I would say, if you look at that tweet, she's trying to find solutions. That's what she's saying. Why don't you find solutions instead of going after this kid?
That is all totally wrong, completely wrong.
I guess you didn't read the tweet.
She said, "Come after someone your own size," which would be a male.
No, and it's
I'm not going to be like, "Chris, you're ugly," and also work on finding a solution with me.
Right. Well, listen. Nobody's
and I would
ugly,
say
but
Chris has a great tie today, actually.
So Chris does have a great tie.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.